Here I am, the king of Kale, the green machine, the son of the sun, Leo Sparrow. And you are watching the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast.
You're watching DaveCTV. Now here's your host, the voice, Dave Canning. It's you, it's me, it's DaveCTV. It's you, it's me, it's DaveCTV. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is NRD H2P, and this week on the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, we are joined by none other than the son of the sun, hailing from Long Island, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the broadcast, Leo Sparrow. Leo, thank you so much for coming on the show this week.
How are we doing? Thank you very much for having me, everybody.
We are very excited to have you. We are also excited to welcome out of jail, Instagram jail that is, the one, the only Commissioner Harold the Puppet. Harold, how was your stint in the clink?
Oh my goodness, Dave. It was terrible. It was cold. It was dark. And I couldn't even scroll on the Instagram. I couldn't look at all my likes and all my follows. It was awful.
Oh, well, we're very happy to have you back in time to interview Leo. We spoke before we came on here. He's never been interviewed by a puppet. So you get to pop his cherry there. You were the very first.
Is that a vegan joke, Cherry?
Wow, didn't even think about that. But
already
yes,
fruit references. Way to go.
I know I'm already offending people. Is beer okay? Is that allowed?
Beer
I don't know.
Is vegan, yes. Wine
Okay. I think Sam Adams is kosher there. So, Sam Adams.
Hashtag Pirate King.
Wow. First of all, I had a bacon cheeseburger for dinner. I'm a terrible person, I know, but I need to have a salad. I do. I really do. But so Leo, thank you for coming on the show. We're excited to talk to you. So many people are going to recognize you from TV. What was it? 2 months ago from today, I think it was January 10th on Monday Night Raw in I think it was Philadelphia. I know it was Pennsylvania. Was it? It was Philadelphia. So you got to go one-on-one with the Colossus Omas. So just tell us about that. How do you a guy from Long Island? You're only 22, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. How do you wind up in that spot?
Well, it was very quick. I got the call the night before from the WWE that said, it was like 10 o'clock at night. They're like, can you be in Philadelphia tomorrow? I said, absolutely. Of course, you can't say no to those kinds of opportunities because you never know when it's going to happen, something like this. So me and some of my other friends who also got the call got to Philadelphia, and then we were all eating our lunch in their catering when they approached me and said, congratulations, you're going to be wrestling tonight. I said, all right, great. Who am I going to wrestle? And they said, Omas. And I said, oh shit. Okay. All right. Let's do it. So, and then it happened, and I had a good time.
Now how
You were flying through the air. It was so scary.
Yeah.
Now, how tall are you? You look like a pretty decent sized guy.
Yeah. I'm like 5'8".
Okay.
On TV, I think I'm 4'2".
It's the camera angle. They're just down there looking up at like that. But it is a great shot that I always love when they have, the giants fighting guys and whatnot. They can get that epic angle. It makes it look pretty impressive. But so how did you wind up, how did WWE contact you? Did you contact them? I know you were trained by Pat Buck, so I know there's a connection there. How does that connection happen?
Right. So Pat Buck works for Talent Relations. He's a producer. So he knows me. He trusts me. He's going to have a hand in booking the people that he trusts to be there. So people submit their applications and things like that to be used as an extra, and then they get booked depending on location and skill level.
Okay. And then what is your day kind of throughout, like as quote unquote extra in WWE? Like what do you do throughout the day there, because are you just sitting around waiting for the call? Does it happen early? Does it happen like
basically. So you get there probably around 12 o'clock, check in and get your little physical done. And after that, you're just waiting. I always like to be in eyesight too. So they can be like, I need you. They did that for me. They saw me just sitting there and they're like, hey, can you come here for a sec? So yeah, just being around, being available. That's how you're going to get used.
Nice. So let's roll back the clock a little more. Tell us how, like, when did it click in your head that, you said, I want to be a pro wrestler? Obviously, I'm assuming you watched it as a kid or teenager. When did you get into wrestling?
So the first exposure I had to wrestling was when a friend of mine took me to the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island in 2009 for a show for their birthday. So that was my first exposure. And from there, I got the video game. I started watching the show, and it just, boom, off to the races. My mom had been a wrestling fan. I want to say like early 90s, late 80s. So she kind of had a base to it that could help introduce me more. And she thinks it's cool now that I'm hanging out with, being around the people that she would watch on TV. Next month, April 29th in New Jersey, I'm tag teaming with Bushwhacker Luke. And
Whoa!
Ecstatic, exactly. That she's like, oh, I used to watch him on TV. No way, I can't believe it. So that's going to be a wild ride, but it'll be fun there. So yeah, 2009, from there, I just started watching wrestling. And then it was really when the WWE Network came out, they had a show called Breaking Ground. I want to say that was 2013, 2014, something like that.
Yep.
And watching that, something in it just clicked, like, I want to be a wrestler. So I had always made up my mind, like, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. I really don't see myself in any other career opportunity. But then as I started getting older, I was like, I'm too small. I'm not muscular. I'm not athletic. I was always like the unathletic kid in school. But then going into college, I started getting into fitness more, being on my own. And I had an internship locked in with the WWE because I was going to business school in their operations management field in Connecticut. I was living in Manhattan. And that was summer 2020. And then they called me and said, hey, never mind, because that got canceled because of COVID. And that really hurt. So I said, okay, I'm just going to go the complete opposite route and bet on myself and follow my dreams and sign up at Creative Pro on Long Island. So that's what I did. I would go on Mondays to the Wrestle Pro school in New Jersey, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to the Creative Pro school in Hicksville, Long Island.
Okay. And where
I'm from
is
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Where is your event with the Bushwhacker in New Jersey?
That is in, I'm checking out the whiteboard. I don't remember. I don't know. I'll find it. Let me find it. I'll let you know.
It's okay. I live in Michigan now, so I can't go anyway.
well, although I live in Westchester County, so I could come on down. I'm just saying. So as long as it's not like Atlantic City, I don't want to drive.
Is it through Wrestle Pro?
It is through the ISPW, Independent Superstars of Pro Wrestling.
Interesting.
I do not know them.
But yes,
New Jersey.
Where's that?
Great Meadows Regional School District, PTO.
Okay. Yeah, we'll link that in the description below, so anybody that's local, come on down, So you get into wrestling in the, I don't know, what do we call that decade? The teens? I'm like, now that we're in the 20s, I'm very happy we call it. We're in the 20s right now. It's easy. Like, it's the aughts and then something and then the 20s we're in. But so growing up, like, what was your go-to? Like, who was your favorite wrestlers that you kind of idolized growing up?
My first guy that I was like, that's my guy, was Zack Ryder. Just a Long Island connection, I guess. And watching his YouTube show, seeing him really work for himself was inspiring, really. And then after that, 2013, I'm big Dolph Ziggler guy. So it was like Dolph Ziggler just from here on out. I'm a Ziggler guy.
Okay. And so obviously with, and we mentioned how you had your appearance on WWE. You also had an appearance with the Acclaimed on Rampage a few weeks back as well. Obviously, yeah. With a few, if we had this interview a few years ago, most guys and girls would say the number one goal is to get to WWE. You've been to WWE and AEW, but so, what is your goal for wrestling? Obviously, other than to be successful, is it to get to WWE, to get to AEW, carve your own independent path somewhat? What's the goal for Leo Sparrow?
Slight correction. I've never been to AEW. I've been on stage on like pay-per-view pre-show, but I've never been to AEW.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is my goal in wrestling? My goal is to support myself and my family with a contract. There were a lot of things that I didn't understand until I started wrestling about the different companies that you can go and wrestle for and the ways of making money for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really say I would love to go there. I would love to go there because I want to be everywhere. I really do. And I think that I could find myself in different situations that I would enjoy myself at either company.
So you want to spread your wings and fly just all over, right? Leo Sparrow all over. Okay.
Exactly. But there's a caveat. I love the NWA. I really want to be in the NWA. When I started wrestling, before I decided I was going to sign up for Creative Pro early 2020. And that's when they started doing getting more into NWA Power and bringing back the NWA television title. So I set a goal for myself that by the end of whenever I'm done with wrestling, that I'm gonna get the NWA television title. So there it is. Every day I got to see it when I open up my phone.
There you go. Got to visualize those dreams, make them reality.
Absolutely. It's gonna happen. It will.
I mean, who knows? You might even be able to fight your childhood hero, Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona, for the 10 pounds of gold.
Hey, you never know.
In the NWA.
You never know.
Would you say that would be the dream? If you could have any match against anyone wrestling right now, that would be the match? Or is there somebody else you had in mind?
The dream match. At Creative Pro, in the beginning of the year, we always do our goal sheets and we put some dream matches on it for the future, whatever. And mine this year was Ziggler, Ultimo Dragon. I don't know why. I just love Ultimo Dragon. I actually have it right here. And Cheeseburger. That was my Cheeseburger versus vegan Leo Sparrow.
In a grudge match. I would love to see that build.
Crap out of him.
Ultimate Herald.
Ultimo Herald. and he's lost
My glasses broke again.
Oh jeez. This is why you're not the King Herald.
I met Ultimo Dragon in Rahway, New Jersey. And he signed that mask, but he signed it with a freaking big pen. So the signature is gone. The worst $40 I ever spent.
You should spend $40 to get your glasses fixed there, Harold. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Tom's going to do it. He's an optician.
I know.
$40 meeting Ultimo Dragon is a lot better spent than $40 of non-vegan food over the course of a year. So.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that Rahway Rec Center, when I met Ultimo Dragon, smelled like hot dogs and men who live in their mom's basement. It was awful.
First of all, it's my dad's basement. Just saying. But so I also noticed when we did a little research on you, you competed in the Creative Pro Halloween Rumble, and that you
Battle Royal.
Yep, and you chose to dress up as Al Snow. Was that assigned to you? Was that your choice? And why Al Snow?
That was my choice, and it was Al Snow because instead of a head, as a vegan, I had my head of lettuce. So I came in the Rumble and I laid everybody out with this head of lettuce, and then I put it on the guy laying down. I did a moonsault onto the head of lettuce, and it became shredded lettuce by the end of the night because it was everywhere. That
is quite possibly
amazing.
The best thing I've ever heard in any sort of parody of wrestling ever. Because I can visualize it right now perfectly. Because listen, I used to work at a grocery store and I've thrown a head of lettuce at somebody. Those things can cause some damage if they're coming in hot. So I don't work at the grocery store anymore, so I can let out all the dirty secrets. So there was never a toilet paper shortage. We just got to it before any customers did. There's your big scoop right there. Ryan, you look like you were about to ask something.
Oh no, I just commenting on your TP stuff. Oh, I do have questions though, random stuff because a random mind. I was wondering where the name Leo Sparrow. Actually, first, well, maybe you don't want to tell me your birthday. I don't want to know your social security number. Were you born between July 23rd and August 22nd by chance?
No.
So you're not a Leo. That's not your zodiac sign. I was trying to make sense of it. Where'd the name come from?
No, Leo Sparrow is an Aries, but the name came from it's an animal-based name, an animal kingdom-based name. I want to be one with the animal kingdom. So Leo for lion, Sparrow for bird.
Mhm.
I would like to say that I am a Leo and my middle name is Leo. Just throwing that
Interesting.
out there.
I thought he was going to say his middle name is Sparrow.
Me too.
I would like to
I
thank
knew-
Nick's parents.
I had a family member with a boyfriend named Sparrow. I don't know if that was his real name, but I knew him as Sparrow. So
That was his prison nickname. He was cellmates with Harold this week.
Oh,
I have a
Quite
friend named
possibly.
Spider.
Oh yeah, Spider's a scary one. Okay, I was thinking maybe you're a Leo, and I was looking up. I don't know why. Like I think this is you. Sparrows is talking about what they symbolize: productivity, cooperation, teamwork, finding joy in the little things. I think that maybe not the intention, but I mean,
Sure.
as far as productivity at 22, like you've done some amazing things. I mean, it's very impressive. And I have hope. I don't think I'm going to quit watching wrestling, but the ideas you've shared, I'm like, you're 22, you're going to continue for a long time. So there's hope for wrestling. I have plenty to view in the future, so I'm excited.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. My friends and I come up with some ideas. I always love hearing what other people have to say because some things could be so obvious to them that I would never think of. So I write everything down and then I come back to it. Some ideas I have when I'm laying in bed, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh God, I gotta wake up and write that down. Right. Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Of course.
So, who had a question?
Oh, I was going to say, you look like you were about to ask one, Harold.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch of questions here for my new friend, the Prince of the Plants, the Son of the Sun, the plant-based
Prince of Produce.
hunting man, Leo Sparrow. How long have you been plant-based?
I've been plant-based for a little over, I want to say like a year and a half.
My human Tom, he's been plant-based for like 6 or 7 years, but he just started letting dairy back in his life. And my goodness, it smells so bad after he eats ice cream. He's got to switch back.
You tell Tom that was probably the worst thing he could have let back into his life. If you were going to do anything, you could have done eggs. You could have done like anything other than dairy. That's the worst.
It's the only reason he did it is because in West Michigan, dairy alternatives are much more money than in New Jersey. It's absolutely insane.
Mm.
With that being said, being plant-based, do you notice that you have way more energy, way more power, way more might and strength than when you were eating that nasty, nasty meat?
Absolutely, I do. And I'm not plant-based because that still includes some non-vegan ingredients. So I'm vegan. That's totally no eggs, no milk, no meat, no dairy, no nothing like that. So yes, more energy, more strength, more endurance, power, anything you want to say like that. Yeah, I feel it. And I notice a difference in myself. People say, where do you get your protein from? Do you get enough protein? And I think now as a vegan, I get more protein because I'm so conscious of, hey, I need to get my protein in, so I will.
Wonderful.
In a normal diet, you don't necessarily think, hey, I need to get the protein.
And so many vegetables are so loaded with so much protein. People don't realize it. Broccoli, like this thing on my head, is loaded with great nutrients.
Yep.
My only other question that I can think of right now is, when you were wrestling with that big man, the Omos, when you were at the WWEs, when you were in catering, how did that work for you being a vegan?
It was so good, believe it or not. It was probably 50-50 with the vegan options. They had a big sign on everything that said vegan right across the middle. It really was good. They had like jackfruit quesadillas, I remember. They had chickpea pot pie. So good. Everything was very good. Vegan desserts like cupcakes and brownies and stuff. It was amazing.
Wow.
And I didn't.
Okay, I have one more question. I lied. Was the biggest disappointment at WWE being that Bailey is not there right now? I love Bailey so much.
You love Bailey.
He just loves to
Maybe
hug
that would have
people.
been your biggest disappointment, not mine though.
Oh.
Interesting. So what made you decide on Create a Pro to be your training school? Because I know there's obviously, especially in New York City and Long Island, there's tons of options. But what made you choose Create a Pro over everything else?
Yeah, in the New York or tri-state area, there's more wrestling schools that I learn about every day. But I chose Create a Pro because of the track record. When you walk in, the first thing that you see on the wall is a big banner of each student that has gone on to achieve great things. So you see the VSK, the Max Caster, the Bear Bronson, the MJF, the Chris Statlander, all of them. And it really motivates you to say, I want to be there. So if you keep, I really think that for myself, I'm in good company and I'm learning from good people. So if I keep continuing and working even harder, then there's no way I can fail.
And how does it go? Obviously, I've never looked into becoming a wrestler or whatnot because this is not athletic. But so how does it work? Do you just fill out an application, give $50, and you just start taking bumps, or how do you get into wrestling school exactly?
So before I started wrestling, I used to help run meet and greets and like autograph signings and things like that. So one of them was Brian Myers in the Major Podcast. The Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, by the way, go listen to it. Brian Myers, Matt Cardona, Smart Mark Sterling. There you go. There's a shirt. Love it. You'll see me at any of their live shows. I normally do that same thing, run the meet and greet. But yeah, so one of them was Brian Myers, and I said, hey, I want to talk to you about signing up for Create a Pro. And I'm sure he gets that 3 times a month. But there are a lot of people at Create a Pro that come and go. So to hear it is like, okay, come sit in on a class, make sure you really think it's for you. But in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm already going to sign up. I know what I'm going to do. And so I went, I sat in on a class and I kept my mouth shut and just watched and listened and asked questions afterwards. What do I need? How often do I show up? What do you need from me? And I did everything and then just started showing up, learned from the bottom, and just continue learning. You can never be finished learning.
That's true. So is there an amount of time you stay at Create a Pro until you graduate, or is it, when they feel you're ready, they tell you just, you don't need to come here anymore? What's the system like with that?
Right. So the thing that Pat Buck and Brian Myers will tell you is what separates them, what I think separates them from other wrestling schools is that they do not want you to be there. They do not want your money. They don't care about any of that. They want you to go out and explore other things, other ways of wrestling, other ways of learning things that you can. So you spend about 2 to 3 years before you're eligible to graduate from Create a Pro, and it's when they decide you're good enough. We will put our stamp of approval on you to say you're a Create a Pro graduate. But in the meantime, you're free to, even after, free to roam as much as you want. I just had correspondence on social media with another wrestling school about going in to do 1 or 2 of their classes. And like I said, occasionally I do the Wrestle Pro school too, which there is an overlap with Pat Buck as the head trainer, but there's definitely other things to learn and just different ways of hearing people explain things. It helps me out a lot.
Now, is there like certain students that are Brian's students and certain students that are Pat's? This is like just the different days of the week, they get a different trainer?
Not necessarily different. Yeah, it's like some classes are mainly Brian's days, some are mainly Pat's days, some days Pat's on the road, some days it's a Max Caster class. I love learning from Max Caster. Yeah, so it's not like these are their students, these are their students. It's like everybody, Create a Pro is one entity made up of the trainers and the graduates, now signees, who come back and teach classes.
Can you do me a favor? Next time you see that Max Caster, tell him that me, Harold the Puppet, wants to rap battle with him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, baby,
Like
yeah.
$11,000 for a wrap or something like that.
That's fine. I'm so wealthy.
Okay, great.
I met Max Caster at a meet and greet in January. One of the nicest people out there. I'd just like to say that. Super friendly guy.
Where was it?
I was at WrestleFest in Poughkeepsie, New York. He just randomly showed up. He wasn't expected. I go to him, I said, like, I think that's Max Caster over there, just standing at a table. And I'm like, are you doing a meet and greet? He's like, yeah. So, but no, it was really awesome. And I have to ask, I noticed on the background, is that a Star Wars piece on the wall? That little
Is.
I'm a big Star Wars nerd too, so I always have to just, always ask about Star Wars.
Yeah, I was working a Comic-Con. It was this past year, 2021, and I saw this. It's like a window cling.
Uh-huh.
The Slave One, and I was like, "That's great. I need to own it." So then I put it in a frame, and now it hangs there.
Interesting. So let me ask you this, because you are a younger Star Wars fan. What do you think? I'm assuming you've seen all 10 like all 9 Star Wars plus Rogue One.
Yeah.
So what do you think of them? Do you think they should have only done 3? Because I had this debate with somebody else the other day that they should have stopped at 3. I'm sorry?
Only 3 Star Wars movies?
Like the first, like episodes 4, 5, and 6. That's the only 3 they should have done.
No, definitely not.
Oh, thank you. Because you can never have too much of that.
There's so much lore; it's never ending. As much as I kind of hate to say it, some of the prequel movies are my favorites. I mean, my go-to is probably episode 3. So I love it. Big Mace Windu guy here.
Okay. Love me some Mace Windu. But thoughts on Jar Jar Binks? Was he as bad as everyone claims he is? Because I don't think he was.
When I first started watching it, I was like, no, he's not that bad. But as I'm watching the movies more, I'm like, I just want to skip these parts. It just it annoys me as I watch it more. So yeah.
I have a question. I'm an old school. I watched the original 3, but have you guys heard the fan theories on Jar Jar's like an actual like Sith Lord? Have you seen those videos where he's acting clumsy?
Oh,
hey,
I've seen those videos.
Conspiracy theories.
Yes, we know you and your theories, Ryan. But no, Jar Jar Binks is not a Sith Lord, and Brett lost at Mania 12. Just saying. But yeah. So, do you have a favorite Star Wars movie? If you had to pick out of all of them,
I would say Return of the Jedi or Revenge of the Sith.
Solid picks. I like Rogue One. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it's detail oriented that explains so many other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also drive a Nissan Rogue, and I named my car Rogue One. So, Harold, did you have something?
Here, not at all.
Yeah, no, we're not nerds at all. We're completely
nerds. What type of car the Prius? Oh shit! I just gave it away. What type of car the vegan drives? What would you say? And then didn't just give it away.
A green Pinto.
Monster truck.
Nope, it's a Prius.
Boo. But so with that fantastic joke, we will go ahead to our top 3 Tuesday. So Leo has chosen our top 3 Tuesday today, and we have no idea what it is. So Leo, why don't you let us all in on the great mystery that is our top 3 Tuesday this week?
Okay, so I have 2.
Oh, okay.
First time ever.
One, they're related, but your first one is your top 3 fruits, top 3 tasting fruits. What do you like personally?
Okay.
Fruit or food?
Fruit.
Yes.
Okay. So Leo, we let our guests either go first or they can go last. Would you like?
Is there something else that ties in or no?
Oh yeah.
The second one, yes, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Wait. So Leo, do you want to go first or last?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I like bananas. I like mangoes. And I like raspberries. We'll go with raspberries.
Solid picks there. I'm going to go next because I probably have the shortest list of fruits, and I'm the king of the nerds, so I can make that call. I'm going to go with Honey Crisp apples. They're so delicious in the fall. I'm gonna go with there's nothing better than a nice peach, nice juicy peach, and
81 per hour.
red grapes. I like red grapes. That's my three.
A little fun fact about the King of Kale here.
Mhm.
I am a vegan who is allergic to a very large amount of fruit.
Oh,
That just made being vegan even more difficult.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So anything with any fruit with a pit, peaches, cherries, originally avocados, but I started forcing myself to eat them more and more, where I just built up this resistance. So now I can eat avocados.
Interesting.
Yeah.
so you're trying to be? You said you're the real nature boy, or the true nature boy. You say something.
Boy.
So even avocado is battling you, but you kind of like lightsaber won that war.
Exactly.
Chopping it away.
I'm just like an avocado. You know why? Because I'm hardcore.
Oh.
Ryan, how about
Okay.
yeah, Harold, your mouth's not moving while you laugh. What's happening here?
Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
So Ryan,
man.
what are your top three fruits? Ryan, come on. I know one of them,
No.
even
I
though it
can't
was
think of-
stolen.
I can't think of one. No, but my go-to. This is a Leo. This is an iPhone holder. I found it like the thrift store. I don't think I have a phone that fits that, but who doesn't need this? You know. Bananas and oranges, I always buy at the grocery store. Those are my staple. I eat them like crazy. So bananas, and I've gravitated towards the cuties. You know, easier to peel. I'm not that strong, so I need help. And then
You just eat the peel too. You just bite right into it.
should really honestly.
Oh yeah.
Just pop it in like a raspberry.
I trust you. I trust you right now. No, I'm so into bananas, Leo. If they're your go-to as well, do you know or Dave might know too, anyone, but the grocery store code for bananas, is it the same state to state? I wonder. Has anyone ever noticed? Just me?
I know.
92639.
No, it's 4011 94011 if they're organic.
Yep. Like
That's right.
literally at Walmart the other day, the girl's like, "Oh, what's the code?" I was like, 4011. She's like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "I just eat way too many bananas. If I ever got a tattoo, it would be like 4011 and banana oriented." I don't know. But yeah, bananas, oranges, and then I'm gonna go green grapes, just to be opposite of Dave, because he's not king for much longer.
Wow, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Nick, how about you? What are your top three fruits?
Well, I'm gonna go Florida stuff down here we got going on right now.
You wearing shorts?
I can't get my leg up.
That's fine. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, strawberries are in season right now. They're my all-time favorite. They're so good right now. I like nectarines, and I like grapefruit. Nobody said grapefruit yet.
Harold, what about you?
It's amazing that my new friend also loves bananas, because bananas are my #1 fruit. My human Tom, he's trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records holder for most bananas peeled and eaten in 1 minute. It is currently 8. He tried it last week. He got to 5. So he's got a lot of work to do, but he's going for it. Bananas, #1. A good, fresh mango, also #2. And then #3, I'm going to go, I got to say it. I don't want to say it, but I got to say it. #3, best fruit in the world is a watermelon, but you can't use a knife. You just kind of crack it open and just scoop that jam out and shove it in your face.
Good choices.
Wait, how do you get the watermelon? Like, what do you karate chop it?
You drop it on the table or the ground.
But okay, interesting. That's a weird take, but I'll take it. I'll allow it.
I used to eat watermelon on the sidewalk outside of the Acme grocery store in Shrewsbury, New Jersey.
I just picture Harold sitting on the curb.
Feet on the curb, just punching a watermelon, scooping it out. Can you use a melon ball?
No, you use your hands.
Okay, so sorry. I'm not into competitive eating that much, okay? But so that's our first top three. Leo, what is the second one you have for us?
Second top three is your top three fruits that are the most dangerous that I can hit people with.
Oh, this is a whole different.
A durian, the durian.
Or
That
produce.
stinky fruit.
Produce, not necessarily just fruits.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go in reverse order then. Harold, you can go first here.
That stinky fruit, the durian. If you throw that at someone, they'll smell like crap forever. The next I'm gonna say a dragon fruit, because I think they become dragons when you throw them like Pokemon. And then my next one is also gonna be my third favorite, a watermelon, because those things are hard.
Good choice.
Okay. Nick, how about you?
All right. Well, I would think a pineapple could not be fun because it's got all them spikes and stuff.
Yep.
What about just a nice placed red onion?
Oh.
And coconut. Ask Jimmy Snuka about the coconut.
There you go. Brilliant. Brilliant.
That's
Ryan, how about you?
true. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, lemon juice. I'm thinking for the
Ah,
eyes.
took
Yeah,
mine.
that's a good one.
I think a banana as well. One could easily choke on a banana. You know, those competitive eaters.
You can drop the peel and make it slip on it.
Oh, dude, I love doing that at work. Mario Kart, just ingrained in my brain. If I have a banana and someone like walks through the door at work, I'll like toss it, and they'll just look at me as like, like almost gotcha. But anyway, I can't think of a third. I don't know. I'm brain dead right now. Maybe a peach. Just the pit could hurt. If you hit them hard enough, it'd be a pretty good visual of that smashing and the pit in their mouth. Maybe.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So I like the watermelon idea that Harold had, just because I feel like there was a cartoon I watched in which somebody like ate up a watermelon that had seeds in it, and then they like spit it out of their mouth like a machine gun, like a Gatling gun almost. But so that's not going to be my official three. My official three are going to be a potato, because St. Patrick's Day is coming up. And as an Irishman, those things can hurt if you get hit with them. And then let's see, what else can we throw? Poisonous mushrooms. They've got to be poisonous mushrooms. And then I'm going to go with blueberries, because you don't necessarily have to hit them with them. I remember working at a grocery store, like when I first started, a woman like had a pint of blueberries and dropped them on the floor and then proceeded to slip on them and busted her ass right in front of me. And I'm like a week or two into the job, I'm like, what do I do? Do I like get a mop? Do I try to help her up? Do I just keep ringing? I don't know what to do. So blueberries can be very, very dangerous fruits. So those are my three. And then Leo, we are down to you. What three would you use in the ring?
I have this idea in the back of my head. I'm waiting for the right moment to do like a fruit scramble death match of sorts, where I just go to town and hit people with fruit in my match and make a total mess. So thank you for the ideas. Like I said, I'm going to write them down. I think my go-to, I've used grapes, I've used lettuce, I've used spinach, I've used a lot of different produce that I can think of, cantaloupe. But I think my top three would be pineapple, like you said, Nick, thank you. Lemon juice is definitely, that's going to happen one day. And recently I used an artichoke, and that was
that'll hurt.
Handheld and
yep, those things hurt.
Oh yeah. The lemon too. If you do a death match on the cuts, lemon on cut. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, they've done that in like Japanese death matches and stuff. They used to do that. The lemon juice, they would like squeeze it over them on the thing.
Oh man, what do you have a dream match that you want to do, like a stipulation match, ladder, cage match, anything like that?
Fruit death match.
you want to do the fruit salad match.
The fruit salad death
I
match.
will fly to wherever that is to watch that happen.
I will drive, because hopefully it's around here.
People that I need to beat up though. Like I said, cheeseburger. This guy, Hot Dog Starks. I don't know if you know him, indie wrestler. I'm coming for his ass. Brutus Beefcake.
Oh,
He's gonna get it one day.
what about this? Or I don't even know if he's alive. What about the Birdman? I was curious. what
Coco,
you thought.
Coco's with us still.
Yeah, I think Coco's still alive. Right?
Okay. I felt bad. I was like, wait, maybe I shouldn't. I don't. know.
It's going to be a one-sided fight. No, Coco
one-
is still with us.
So he's good.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
So-
other questions. Oh, if I may, can I interject oddball stuff?
Keep going.
absolutely.
No, yeah, I was curious what you thought about Coco Beware. If maybe you want to be the modern day Birdman. I don't know. But you're even more than that. Now I know from this episode. I know you're so much more.
So much.
What about Crow Sting's Crow? What do you think of that? I'm doing all these goofy bird thing connections.
All right. Bird wrestlers, huh? We got Raven.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be better than them all.
Fabulous
I
Freebirds.
take a little bit here and there from these guys and pay my tributes. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch them all.
We've got the next 6 Halloweens planned out for you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I think does anybody else have any other questions for Leo right now?
I think our listeners need to comment with produce items for the death match, though. Definitely give them some more
Yes.
ideas. Yeah.
Jonathan Hodap, we need to know the most dangerous fruits in the world. So
You can call it the produce pounding.
Yeah. There you go.
there you
Oh,
go.
People like
pile driver
alliteration.
on something?
But so Leo, we're gonna give you the floor so you can plug away whatever you have, social media, any merch, whatever you got. You know, the floor is yours, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So you can find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want, at No Steak All Sizzle. And you can find my Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/Leo Sparrow. That's where I'm going to post. Social media is where I'm going to post all my upcoming dates, all my videos, all my whatever I want to post. So you can find me there if you liked what you heard today and want to see some more from the King of Kale.
Definitely. That's going to be very exciting. So yes, Leo, of course, thank you so much for coming on. We thank everyone for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Of course, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Share the video with your friends. You can check out our Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Pledge to our Patreon, patreon.com/WNRDB. Like us on social media, facebook.com and Twitter at WNRDB. Instagram, the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. I feel like I'm missing something. No, yes. Oh, and pre-order Harold's t-shirts if you haven't done so already. You can hit up Harold on social media. You get your shirt, stickers, promo videos, all that good stuff. We just sell everything. Oh, yes. And of course, Ryan finally got the FlexFit hat on, so you can wear that.
That's the
public.
first time I've seen that one.
Yes, I haven't seen that yet. So it looks beautiful. So if you want a stretch fit, if you want a snapback, you want a hoodie, a zip up, we've got it all for you. So of course, yes, prowrestlingtees.com/the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Hit the subscribe button. And on behalf of myself, the King of the Nerds, the voice, Dave Canning, the founding father, Mr. Nick Carpenter, the Micro Brawler Scholar, Mr. Ryan Crossley, the Commissioner, Harold the Puppet, and of course, our friend of the broadcast and guest this week, Mr. Leo Sparrow. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.